All right. Oh boy. Okay. Let me see. Okay, I should be live right now. I don't know if this is working or not. I have not live streamed in such a long time. Oh yeah, I am. Okay, the thumbnail is wrong. Hold on, let me try to change the thumbnail. Which it won't allow me to do that, but okay. How do I change the thumbnail? What the hell? This is so weird. Hey everyone, welcome to the live stream. This is my 50K subscriber special. This is a Q&A for you guys to engage in. I'm going to be in my neighborhood, so you can also join me on my neighborhood and I can check out your house, give you some feedback, some advice, because I know a lot of people always ask me for that whenever I'm building or doing a tour. They want me to check out their homes. So if you were in a tour previously and want me to do that, then I can do that right now, because this is where I'll be doing it as an official event thing. My code neighborhood here. I'll put it up on like a thing. Let me just open up something. Um, the neighborhood code is, it's my username, but I did change it, so it's gonna be a bit different. Hold on. All right, let me just put this up. All right, this is my neighborhood code. These are I's, by the way. These are I's, not L's. I don't take any L's. Maybe besides my older builds, but hold on. I'm trying to figure out how to freaking change the thumbnail. This is like annoying. Um, 200K. Okay, no, the title is still the same. Okay, no, it's different. Bro, how do I change the thumbnail? I don't want the thumbnail to be this. It's the wrong thumbnail. Bro, YouTube has made it so hard these days to do anything. Uh, oh my god, you guys, you guys took all the plots. Okay, wow, you guys are really eager to join me. Okay, um, damn, I was gonna ride my motorcycle, but I guess I can't now. Yeah, let me display the code again. This is the code, guys. If you can see it, all right. Um, oh dear, let me change the bit rate. Hold on. I guess I can't. Oh wait, that's wrong. Okay, here is the code. You can join in, and you can also ask me some questions. Will you make another high school? Um, Look, it's not completely off the table, but I probably want to spend more time doing some other builds than other than a high school. I might do a middle school, I guess, because I haven't done one of those. Um, yeah. So this is the code. You guys can join. How should I do this? This is because I don't want to block the code. Let me just. I feel like a teacher who doesn't know how to use technology. Oh, guys, you guys are swarming me. Okay. All right. Here I'm gonna hop in someone's car. Can somebody roommate me? I want to get a ride. Okay, I guess I'm going in a Jeep now. I'll put the code in the live stream chat so you guys can copy and paste it if that's easier for you. Oh my god, I just want to change the thumbnail. That's all I want to do. Um, Take me just I'm just I don't know. Take me to someone's house. I just want to rate their home. Okay, it's not allowing me to change my own thumbnail. That's just really annoying. What's your favorite build that I've ever built? Um, Probably the what was 2.2 million um rustic contemporary mansion. Just I don't know. It was the exterior that like really got me excited. It was a pretty cool build in my opinion. That's just one of my favorites. Other than that, any of the modern farmhouses I've built, those are also some of my high watermarks in my favorite builds that I've done so far. Okay, I'm just gonna go into this person's house, just rate it on live stream, I guess, because I got nothing better to do. I mean, I have homework, but that can wait. Can you build something music related, like a record label studio? Like what? I don't know what to build that's music related. Like, what do you mean by that? Okay, so I like this driveway. It's very different. I've never seen this before. It's very abstract, a lot of shapes. I do like this garage. It has a lot of realistic decorations, paint, spray cans, paper. Um, I've never seen a teal trash can or a bright light blue trash can. What's that supposed to be? But either way, yeah, this so far looks pretty nice. Don't know if this is intentional, but I guess everything is intentional when you build something. How did you learn to build? Well, I didn't. I guess you could say I just learned over time. Like I feel like trying to mimic a style. Like if I were to look at something in real life and try to make that in Bloxburg, I think that's how I got better. Like just trying to be more accurate to like a real life building. In so many ways, trying to recapture that sort of style or sort of exterior look. That's like it's just practice basically. You just got to practice a lot. I didn't learn how to build. I just kind of did it by myself. Um, if 9-year-old you saw you today, what would he think? Huh, that's a good question actually. Um, I don't know. I think one part of him would be kind of sad, but I think he would also be really happy for me if he saw current me today, like my 9-year-old self. Like, cause I know personality-wise, I've done things that I said that I wasn't gonna do, or I've become in some sort of way something that I didn't want to see myself become. But in general, if we're talking about the YouTube thing, yeah, I think he would be really excited, really happy, really proud. Um, but you know, it's it's hard to say, I guess. If you could travel back in time, what would you do in Bloxburg? I don't know. I guess work more. I mean, like I'm really poor. Most of my funding for my builds come from client plots, and I build for other people. And for the builds that are on my own plot, those money comes from mostly just donations from those client payments. So I probably would have just encouraged myself to get a higher level in pizza delivery, and that's what I would have done if I went back in time. Because this right here, this is like I'm literally like dirt poor. Like this may be a lot of money for some people, but for me, like it's like so broke. Even though usually I have like less money than this. But hold on, let me just continue on with the tour with this inspection of the builds of my fans. Um, okay, this is a nice fountain. This is like a nice little idea for like a entrance centerpiece. Wow, this looks like a shopping mall, not gonna lie. Um, yes, exactly, a record company. I mean, I kind of want to step away from commercial builds, but as again, it's not off the table. I'm just like, I don't want to do too much like commercial retail stuff because it doesn't perform as well when it comes to views, and it's just like it's tedious. No one wants to operate it. Like not even the client. Like I think most clients who have built for who have the retail like segment of like my builds, they don't actually like actively operate the facilities. So I just kind of feel like it's a waste, you know, like a house would be better, but it's cool to see like a realistic um retail restaurant or some sort of shop, but yet again it's like I don't know, I just don't want to put in all that effort. It's gonna take, I want to do some houses, you know, some more different types of houses. um okay, I like this kitchen. This kitchen is not bad. It's not bad. It's pretty neat. um you know, I'm not typically a fan of these style of homes. Like I'm not in the trend of doing linen and white to this extent. Like I can see the appeal though. Like I think linen is a good color. It's just that in the way that most people build or utilize the color, it's just really trite. It's really overused, and it's just like can you do something other than like this? I guess blush sort of aesthetic style. I mean, this kind of takes a lot of trends from all of those and kind of combines it into a more unique approach. So I do appreciate this person's really pink pool. I like this. This is, it's different. It's weird. It doesn't look bad, but it's just like okay, it's interesting. Can you build hotels? I don't know what, I don't know. Oh wait. Can my builders build hotels? Honestly, like they could, but I don't think they want to. That's all I'll say about them. Um, will you ever make a new modern townhome neighborhood? No, I won't. I just actually I would I'll consider. I'll consider to do one cuz the Avalon Park townhomes was kind of a project that didn't go very well, as it didn't even get finished all the way. So yeah, I'll probably consider doing just one by myself. Um, could you build a celebrity's home such as Beyonce? Yeah, that's the thing about celebrity homes. It's like they don't show the entire house on their listings. So it's kind of hard to replicate a celebrity's house most of the time just because of the fact that it is so like secured and so private. Like it just makes it harder to build, and you know, getting it to be realistic and just scaling it down. Like I've always had trouble with celebrity homes. I don't know why. You know, like I built for some role players in the community, and it's like, you know, we've built some Hidden Hills homes, some Beverly Hills homes, some, you know, one of those Mediterranean type style homes, and it's just it's been difficult to kind of try to understand the floor plan and like how things are laid out. It's just really difficult. I don't want to go through that process of doing such a replication of a celebrity's home, like especially a celebrity. I just think it's kind of weird. So I don't know. I don't really want to do that. Um, hold on. Okay, how long have you been playing? I've been playing for 4 years now. No, 5 years. Sorry. Like I started playing Bloxburg. I think it was around like late 2016. Like all I know, it was like after Christmas, and I bought access to Bloxburg, and I played since then. So that's pretty much like 5 years, almost six, but it's been half a decade now, which I think is crazy. Ooh, okay. Let me see. Zach, what about a Tony Stark mansion? I already tried that, and I'm not interested anymore. I just don't want to build it. Can I have a plot? I have an airport. Man, I don't know. I'm not gonna kick people out, okay? Just let them do their thing. Okay, I'm gonna go and go to somebody else's house, or I guess just go upstairs because I haven't explored this whole thing. Now, you might want to the person who built this house, you might want to extend these pillars because they're kind of cut short and they look really weird without any support. But otherwise, the house itself is pretty fine. I don't really have too much complaints about it, but I think it's just kind of plain. But overall, personally, I like it. I know some people in my fan base, especially on my Discord, would show some very negative emotions for this. Oh God. Um, who can will you ever do a giveaway? Yeah, I was considered doing one for my 50K subscriber special, which I guess at this point I'm probably obligated to do anyway since I'm already doing this live stream for you guys. Um, can you build a brick house neighborhood? No, I don't like brick houses. I mean, like, I don't like brick houses in the sense where it's in like a neighborhood style. Like, I just think because I would have to scale them down, and I just think that for such a small neighborhood or for such a small collection of homes that are so close together, I don't want it to make it brick. I think brick is kind of it's just an odd texture to use. Not even odd, just kind of ugly. um, will you build another hotel? Yes. Yes, I will. That's already on the table. That's already being planned. We don't want to talk. We don't have to talk about that. You know, it's already being planned. Zach, for 2 weeks now, I DM'd you on Discord and asked how your web, how it all works. No answers, but it's fine. Oh, my website? Is that what you're asking about? I mean, like, I just use Wix.com to make it. Everything is ran on Wix, and like, I mean, I don't know how to explain it besides saying it's just Wix.com, but yeah, oh, this is an interesting theater. Netflix, that's great. I feel like it would be great if he added some more chairs to the theater because I think one row of chairs going up is kind of, I think that's kind of too little, but I suppose you know how much people in your home, so it doesn't matter, I guess. Will you start uploading new build hacks? Yeah, I'm gonna upload a video about the custom floor thing I did in my most recent build, and maybe some other stuff, but I have to find time for that because school has been pretty detrimental to my time schedule. Oh my god, it's a clone. It's a clone. We got a clone, guys. Look at that. It's a clone of me. What's your favorite food? Katsu curry. Absolutely delicious. And actually, I ate that last night, so I had a good dinner last night. Zach, are you gonna reset the server? Every plot is taken. I mean, what do you mean on both neighborhoods? I don't have two neighborhoods. Oh, he's taking me away now. No! You guys are asking a lot of good questions. Are you smart? Do you have good grades? Yeah, I have 3 A's and 3 A minuses. I mean, those are pretty good grades, right? Are you, yeah, by the way, okay, no, how can I request a build? You basically just DM me, and if I respond, then I'm interested, but if I don't respond, I'm not gonna be interested in that, so, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at this house now. This one looks really nice. I like the exterior. This porch is really big. I think the dark smoky gray color really adds to the contrast of the white brick. It looks very modern. The windows are great. I love the windows on this one. Driveway is pretty cool as well. Yeah, this would look really good. This is actually a really good build. I like the exterior. I would love to see it once it's done on the inside. I can only imagine what great things you do to this build, whoever built this. Zach, have you ever done a collab? Uh, with other, like, known YouTubers or known builders in the community? No, I haven't. But if you're talking just in general, then yeah, I have done a collab. that modern townhouse thing I did a while back, that was a collab with like three of my other friends. But outside of that, I haven't really done like a substantial collab that's like, amazing or cool. Um, are you taking honors classes or AP? Yeah, I'm taking one AP class and one honors class. How old am I? I'm 15. What is your favorite subject in school? Mine's biology. Yo, you know what? I don't. It's kind of hard to say at this point because, like, if you asked me, like, when I was 9, I would have said math. But now that I'm 15, and, like, right now I'm in pre calculus, and it's kind of hard, it's kind of not, but it's a mix. It's pretty much a hit or miss with this course I'm taking right now. It hasn't been enjoyable to say the least, and I don't think math is my favorite anymore. But yeah, no, my easiest class is Spanish, and despite the corny teacher, it's a good class. I like the class. It's a good vibe. So I guess Spanish is my favorite class, even though, I mean, it's only Spanish 1, and I don't haven't retained much of the knowledge I learned in that class so far. I guess it's my most likable class. Besides this other one I have, which is racket sports. You're 15. Thought you like 20. I'm not 20. I'm 15. Like, just look at my first video, my oldest video on this channel. Go to it right now. There's no way I would be 20 by today. What you do in office building? Yeah, I'm doing one right now. It won't be a speed build, unfortunately. It will just be a tour because that was just by client request, and also it was already built when I worked on the project, like the basic structure itself, and then I came in to like renovate it and then do the inside. So yeah, there was no speed build for it. It's just gonna be a tour. And fun fact, it is going to be also like a combination plot with like the Apple Store I built. So Apple Store and what was it? The office building. So yeah, I'm doing that right now. Um, oh yeah, let me put my user in the comments. Oh shoot, that's my stream. Oh. You ever think about collaborating with anyone? Yeah, I have actually. I mean, some people who I do want to collab with, specifically on like the office building project is Item Designer because he's done office spaces before, and I think it's very impressive, and I think his colorful sort of style would really bring up the vibrancy and the liveliness of my office building because my office building right now is very dull looking, and I think he could really make good use of that space. Um, but I haven't fully considered that yet with the client, so it's still in consideration. Um, what is your favorite soda, or what is your favorite clothing store? Two very unrelated questions. Favorite soda, ginger ale. Favorite clothing store, I don't really have a particular clothing store. I mean, I think one prominent brand I do wear is Hollister, but that's kind of it. I don't have a specific store to go to that's like my favorite. Um, what's your favorite gaming console? Ooh, have you seen my channel? Have you seen what I'm doing right now? Have you heard my keyboard? Have you like I think that's your answer right there. All right, I'm going to go to someone else's house. Wait, there's pita bread? Where's pita bread? Oh, in the chat. Hold on, is that the real pita bread? Hold on. I don't think it is, but let me just check. I mean, most definitely is not. It's just a fake pita bread. But anyways, thank you. Are you working on anything right now? yeah, right now I'm working on a few builds. I'm working on the office building, as I already told you, and I'm also working on a Samsung store, which I already did mention in my last speed build, and that's coming close to a finish. So once I release my Samsung store, I'm going to be taking a break from building in general. So there isn't going to be much progress you'll hear about within the next couple of months until I come back and announce that I'm going to be doing Bloxburg again. But for now, after I finish this one last build, I'll be taking a break. But yeah, I'm only working on like two builds right now. There's also, I mean, that's actually kind of a lie. There's this one Texas mansion that's like a rendition of the Texas mansion I already released, which, by the way, guys, thank you so much for the support on that video. Like 1 million views. What the hell? That is actually crazy. But yeah, there's like a second version of that coming out. But the client who I'm building for with that plot is like very inactive. So I don't know if it's going anywhere. But for now, that's kind of postponed, I guess you could say. Oh yeah, this is my McDonald's that I built from like basically a year ago at this point. Brings back memories. Do I have a favorite car brand? No, not in particular. No, I don't. I just like any car that just looks good in my personal opinion. So okay, there's no reason to go here. Here, I'm gonna hop in this limo. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. What is your favorite house style, and do you prefer one or two story? Um, well, at this point, it's kind of hard, but like my favorite house style is craftsman and modern. Those are my two favorite styles of home, and I prefer two-story houses. I'm sorry, I don't get the like. I don't like one-story homes. I just think they're too small, and like, cause like with a two-story house, like if you have an indoor balcony, like a floor that goes over, it looks down to like an entrance or a foyer or like a living space. Like I think that's really cool, and it just adds to some sort of um luxurious like sort of vibe to the house, I suppose. It just makes the structure more interesting, and I just think it's like more fun that way. And it makes the space more beautiful. And if it's just a one-story house with high ceilings, then like it really depends on the house, I guess. But generally speaking, I like two-story homes. I just think it just feels better, in my opinion. But one-story homes are fine too, just as long as it's like high ceiling. If it's like a very average suburban house, like it, then I'm not gonna live in it. But if it's like a really modern open space with a lot of natural light and it's high ceiling, but it's only one story, then that's also fine to me. But yeah, I like two-story homes most of the time. Don't let that person drive you. I met him and he is so rude. Well, I'm not gonna like be offended by that. I don't care. I'm just here to answer your questions. And I'm going to look at this person's house. So, isn't this the house that was like featured on like one of Eric Conover's videos? Because this looks pretty much like that house. Um, can you not spam in the chat, please, Zach? Yep, this is the house. Yep, I knew it. Wow, you did a good job recreating it. Hey Zach, are you able to come to my house? It's not done yet. I'm on Burger Side, please. You skipped me. I'll get there eventually. I'll get there eventually. All right, don't spam the chat. We don't want to do that. All right, I don't want to warn you. That's not a nice thing to do. Um, yeah, I'll come to your house eventually. All right, this house is not. Um, this makes me uncomfortable with this chairs in the grass. Okay, the inside looks pretty nice. I mean, Obviously, since it's not real life, it's not going to be as accurate. But I think this is the best one I've seen so far of this specific house, because most times when people do copy this house, it's not great. It is not amazing. It's not good. But this one is the best one I've seen so far. That is a rendition of the real house. I don't get the acoustic tiles though on the freaking floor. That's just disgusting. Why is my profile picture different? It's just a new theme. I mean, it's just like four colors I really like, and I put them together as this new brand of mine, just to kind of step away from this black and white theme I've been going with for like the past year and a half. It's just, it's getting too depressing. You know what I'm saying? It's getting too dull. Like this avatar is just gonna go bye-bye once I come back for season 7. So yeah, it's just a brand thing. It's nothing really significant. It is not a pride flag for anything, unless you're gonna make some sort of like Isaacism religion, which please don't. I don't want to be some sort of worship to God. Have you ever drink Monster? No, I don't think I have. Honestly, I don't really drink energy drinks. I'm just gonna, you know, get natural energy from food and other stuff. Okay, this is, the layout is a bit weird, but I suppose it's the real life house, which is why it's the way it's which is why it's the way it's built. But yeah, this house I'm gonna rate a 7 out of 10. Is that too high? Is that too low? I don't know. What is the hardest build I've ever made? My definition of hard, like, if we're speaking on a technical level, I would probably say the modern farmhouse I recently just completed, because trying to get the beams to go straight for each individual like beam I did on the wall on the front side, on the front facade, was extremely difficult, because the roof and the wall have like they just have different, they have like a different offset position of where you place beams. So trying to place it from the roof wall to the actual wall is like, it would make it crooked, and trying to get every single one straight. Or sometimes I just gave up and I just made the beams like not centered, or just not aligned. Let me show you. Like, literally, if you zoom up close to one of the walls of that build, it's not straight. Like, let me just give you a demonstration of that, because I think it's important. It was like the garage area. Right here. Like, if you take a close look, it is slightly like unaligned. Like, it's literally like not even aligned with this side, or the top portion of this wall. So if you have OCD, then thank you. I mean, you're welcome. I basically ruined this house for you. What build took you the longest? In total time, I think it was the Bloxburg Village City. Those downtown apartments took just a long time. Like, going from part 1, that was already like 19 hours or something like that, plus like the 30 plus hours of like extra material I added to like finish that build itself. Yeah, probably that build. That one was like, that took a lot of time. Here, can I sit down? Favorite build hack from Bloxburg? The one you use the most, one you think looks the best. I think the carpet build hack is my personal favorite. It just adds so much realism to a build. Like, it just really adds to a whole level of aesthetic pleasure and functionality, and it just adds more variety to furnishing your spaces. I don't know if it looks the best, and if you're talking about like a specific furniture hack or concept, I don't really, I can't really name one because I don't really follow up with build hacks around the community that well. So, like, if you do see something that you think would look good in one of my builds, then you should DM me on Discord and show me. But, no, I guess that outside of the carpet hack, I don't have any other particular favorite build hacks. Um, Let me see. What was your most expensive build? My most expensive build in general was my $3.4 million modern mega mall. That was from December 2020, and that took probably like 20 something hours to make. But yeah, that was my most expensive build I've ever made. And I don't think I can top that because generally speaking, like plot data concerns, like I don't think I can top that price just because of like how much detail or how much stuff I put into one build. It's not gonna add up to that price anymore just because of the things I do with like my structures. So, and if we're talking about like houses, my most expensive house, that would probably be the 2.5 million luxury mansion, the Flame Residence. It was a recreation of the Rose Citizens house, basically, with my own twist on it. So for people who say like I did copy Rose Citizens, yes, I did, only for the front side. The back side's completely different, so don't worry about that. How do you do the roof beams? For what house are you talking about? Do you have a favorite build? Like one of my builds or like from another builder? Because I have a lot of other builders' builds that I have personal favorites for. Like, I think the Lookout has modern farmhouse he did a while back was pretty nice. The one that was located in Seattle, Washington, or that's what he did put the location as on Instagram. But yeah, that was one of my personal favorites. Um, there's a lot of other builds I could name. I would have to go back to them though just to tell you what specific build it is. But yeah, there's a lot of good builds that I like, generally speaking. Other than your real life house, what build that you have made you would live in? Would you live in? Phew, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Honestly, I can't. I like all my homes, and I can't just choose like one specific one to like live in. I think the rustic contemporary mansion, since it is my favorite, would be my most like uh, um that's like what I would want to live in, I guess, basically. That's where I'm leaning towards the most. Other than like the Texas mansion and the modern mansion I've built and just any other build I've built so far, that's probably the one I would choose. Do you like designing the interior of houses or the exterior? um, I like doing the exterior because sometimes when I build the inside, it just kind of bores me, honestly. Like the interior designing portions of trying to just make furniture and make it detailed, or do it in a way where it's like proportional or not repetitive. I just think I don't have the energy for that, honestly. Like I don't have the motivation or the willpower to like interior decorate at this point. I don't know why. There's just something about it that just makes me feel like it's tiresome. Like if you gave me a real life space to decorate in real life, then yeah, I would be like on that shit just right away. Just I'm decorating that like as fast as I can and as fast as like I'll just that's fine to me. But in Bloxburg, like I take my time just because it's like I don't want to do it. So I just don't feel as engaged. And I've always felt like me decorating the outside, like the landscaping and the exterior details, like I've always found that more satisfying to me on a personal note, which I don't know why, but I just have that feeling ever since I've started building. I have a question. How do you sit on a sofa in the new farmhouse build? I've set it up as per vid, but it won't work. Yeah, you have to press E. Like if you stand up next to it. If you're talking about the living room couch, then yeah, you would have to stand next to it and press E, and it should work because there is an ottoman that's like underneath the cube that would you would use to make the couch, and theoretically it should work. Otherwise, I don't know how to assist you outside of saying you would have to put the ottoman closer to the edge of the couch to make it more functional. I mean, it was functional for the guests who were in the tour, as you saw. So, um, yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Oh, sorry. Let me view this house. All right. So, ooh, it's one of these builds. Okay. Personally, it's not my style, but I do get the appeal. It's very cluttered, I feel like, and like generally, the walkability in these spaces are just so, like, look at this. It's all cluttered and crammed. But you know what? It looks nice. It's nice. It's pretty, but it's maybe not practical. But it looks nice. I like it. Wow, you guys are asking a lot of questions. Um, what's the worst looking build you have ever done? It's a good one. That's a really good one. In my opinion, I think the worst build I've ever made in my career is probably the Candlewood Collection Hotel, which is the $1.3 million luxurious modern hotel speed build from March 2020. That one I think was the worst one. Just generally speaking, because like the exterior was already wonky. It was like a really like the left side had these like really big beams that came out of the side of like the glass tower that was of the hotel like entrance. It was just a really weird exterior, and the inside was decorated so horribly. Like I didn't even set the decals, and it was way too bright. I think that was like my most like eyesore of a build I've ever done, in my opinion, which is why it was down for a long time until recently. So I think that's probably my worst looking build, in my opinion at least. Um, what update do you want in Bloxburg? Well, that's there's a lot of things I want, and I'm not gonna get into all of them. But one thing I do want them to add is like the ability to set the Z position for objects of a space, like lights, for example, right? Like if I do a custom roof and it's either lower than the actual ceiling of the floor that would have been if it was a normal roof, or if it's higher than like a regular roof, but it's not too high to the point where it's like a two-story like height, if that makes sense. And the lights for like a room is like not, like you can only place lights like at one level. Like I wish I could just like push them down or push them up, if that makes sense, if you know what I'm saying, right? Um, so that's the update I would want in Bloxburg, where I could just adjust the height position of lights, because for me that would just make everything easier without having to do beams and all these other stuff to make it look natural. Um, when you created this channel, did you basically want to make a channel on design or make a channel on another theme, such as gaming, for example? Yeah, that's the thing. Kind of at the time, I was just trying to grasp onto anything that would work. Maybe a specific game, or maybe a subcategory of one game, like Minecraft, with like a way smaller scale of a genre to kind of base my channel on. But like at the time, generally speaking, it was just about gaming. So like when I created the channel back in 2016, I was just I considered myself as a gaming channel, me and my friends. By the way, shout out to Darius, shout out to Isaac Jax. They were the ones from the beginning. They were the original OGs who kind of inspired me to get into this YouTube thing. We all had channels together, and we called ourselves the Boss Gamers, kind of as a clan. And then, Darius, the infamous Darius, what did you do? Like, back in my Minecraft server we started, like, that was just a phenomenal, iconic moment. Yeah, like, we were a gaming channel, like, a gaming focused group of YouTubers, I guess. Or I guess kids wanting to do YouTube videos. Um, and I guess over time I did like more Roblox content because before I did Roblox, it was mainly Minecraft, and whatever games were popular at the time, like Slither.io or Agar.io, just any IO game, like it was mostly Minecraft I was doing, and yeah, it was just mainly just either me being a gaming channel or me being a Minecraft YouTuber. So I think it was around 2017 where I kind of embraced the Minecraft and Roblox part of me, and by 2018, I started making like Roblox content, and that's how you know me as a Bloxburg YouTuber as today. So there you go. Now I just do Bloxburg content all the time, because like now it just seems more of a legit cause to do YouTube. Like, oh, I inspire people. We're thinking of new concepts and design ideas that could be used in the real world, even though it would not be taken as seriously as that. It's just it feels that way. Like we're innovating on creating solutions to replicate real life into a Lego game. And I think that's the creativity that comes along with Bloxburg that is so important to our community, which I don't understand why people don't think realistic builders like Lucayo Kaz and Float like kill creativity or originality. Like I just think that, if people like that style, they can build it, and it's not easy to do. Like it's kind of hard to kind of make it realistic, because Bloxburg at its core, it's Roblox. It looks like Roblox, but with enough structure ideas or structural concepts and realistic furniture ideas and all of these executions of other real stuff, you could make a realistic build. So, yeah. But I think at this point, yes, my channel is for design. Back then, it was just for gaming. I don't know why I went on so long for that specific question. um, what house would you recommend building if you're living in LA? Just avoid any modern mansions in LA, cause my God, those are so trite and those are so overused. It's just God, like I'm sick of seeing modern mansions. That's why I don't build modern mansions anymore. I've only built like 2 modern mansions in the past like year or so. So, if you're in LA and you're buying a house to live in, just buy whatever suits you. Just go for the more traditional styles. Heck, even like a Mediterranean wannabe is somewhat better than like a modern mansion. So, yeah, you could probably use that advice and just say that just anything but modern. If you're in LA. Zach, if you were not to be doing YouTube or Bloxburg, what would you be doing? I don't know, playing, other games like Phasmophobia or CS:GO, uh, like just actual games that are, I guess, more interested to my friend group at school, which are games like, yeah, sorry, I can't speak, which include games like Valorant. But I don't have time to do that, so that's why I'm taking a break after my That's why I'm taking a break after my Samsung store. What do you think of the Hamptons Barnhouse style? I don't know. I think it's okay. I think it's nice, but like, I'm not personally invested into the Hamptons Barnhouse style. I mean, it's alright, I guess. I don't have a problem with it, but it's not like it's at the top of my list of like something I really enjoy or something I heavily, like. Oh my gosh, Vampy Wampy. What is your favorite build that you have ever made? I've already answered this. This is my rustic contemporary mansion. The 2 point... You know what? I forgot the price of it. It's 2.2 million. That's what it was. What would you want to be added to Bloxburg in the future? Um, more roofs, more window, just more of everything basically. I just want more windows, more doors. I know they just added more doors and windows, but we need more. We need more than these type of windows. Though I do suppose we could just, create our own styles with the current ones we do have. So that may not be necessary to add to the game, but it would be a nice addition to see that. I think what also would be nice to see is if they could just remove the default pillows from our current furniture, then doing pillows on a smaller scale and trying to, insert them into like couches would be a lot better, because then we don't have to worry about covering the ugly default pillows, Because as you see now, I've been spending time making pillows in my builds more recently now to an accurate degree, and yeah, I think trying to cover it up is just a hassle to do, and if they could just remove that, that would be great. But also, I want to see new cars. I want to see a school. I want to see a whole new map. Like I would love to see all of that stuff be added to Bloxburg, just because of how dull the map looks. Like if we take a look at this like particular map, at this huge base plate of what looks to be such an outdated system, like this right here needs to be completely rethought, because it just looks so bad, and it's so boring too. Like the parking lot is useless. We can't even cook burgers at the burger place. Like we can work as we can work as a janitor, but somehow not like a mayor or like a police officer. Like imagine if crime was a thing in Bloxburg. I think that would add to a whole level of just, you know, Bloxburg. That would just be like GTA basically, with a lot of building skills. But yeah, I would love to see a lot of new activities around the map. I think right now it's very boring and it has a lot of potential to be such a more engaging game. But I think at this point, the only thing carrying Bloxburg as a game itself is the building aspect and the role playing aspect, which for the role plays, you would have to be either creative in the sense of storyline making, or creative in the sense where you're posing your build, your physical house structure, your physical roleplay center, whatever your roleplay theme is, to make it seem like it's not really Roblox, like one of those role player influencers on Instagram. They would be literally photoshopping iPhones into their Roblox hands just to like embrace that, oh, this is sort of like a real life thing. But look, those are the only two things. Like if they could add some more activities, like that would be more of a functional city type system, then that would be kind of cool. Like what if Bloxburg was like an effort where you had to make the city stable, but that's kind of getting into like a different category of games, I suppose. And Bloxburg at where it's at right now is fine. It's good, it's fine, but it's a lot of pressure for the developers, and I don't want to request for too much. So it's kind of a lot to really go on to, and I don't want to embark on that pipeline to talk about all of the new items and stuff. So I'll just ignore that question for now. Do you agree that we should be able to color both sides of doors? Yes, I agree. I agree to a big extent. I strongly agree with that statement that we should be able to color both sides of a door. And same thing for fences, like specifically the short wall fence, like the ones where it's just basically a wall, but it's like, it's half of the height of a regular wall, like that. We should be able to paint both sides of that. That would be very useful to me. That would have been useful a long time ago, but now I have to use cubes. Do you ever think of doing a collab with other YouTubers like Anix, Faulty, and French Roses? Okay, Anix and French Roses are on like a whole different level of me, okay? Like, they're on a different league. I don't think a small builder like me is gonna do a collab of specifically them. But like, yes, I mean, it would be nice. I do want to do collabs with maybe people who are around of my level of subscriber count or relevancy in the community. Like, I don't, cause like, to Annex's like fan base, not a lot of people know me, okay? And French Roses too on the same level. I mean, Faulty, like I suppose as well, that's sort of fine, but much more fine than Annex, that's a really big jump, honestly. But it would be great to do that. Um, how did you get so good at building? A lot of practice, just a lot of practice. Years of practice. I should get out of what's it called this. Okay, drive me to somebody's house, okay? A house that we haven't seen. Like, let's take a look at the no, on pizza's side. Actually, no. Let's go to Riverside. Go to Riverside. Go to one of the houses that's like over there. Bruh. Do I like cheese? Yes, I do like cheese. Cheese is good, I guess. I don't know what kind of question that is. Um, Ooh, it's not complicated to manage a channel, a small company, and a community at only 15 years old. And then there's message retract. What are you trying to ask? I mean, there is a lot on my plate in terms of like how to, accommodate to all these different things, like, and there's also a website that I do manage as well, right? Like the website, the whole creation by Zach sort of thing, just because like I take screenshots and I want a place to kind of store my screenshots without having to do it on keep it on my my file explorer. um it's there's a lot of stuff to do, and I feel like I gotten used to it, but it can be a lot for somebody who is also at my age but is not particularly used to creating all of this type of content. So it's a lot, I guess it could be, but for me, it's not a lot. I got used to it. Everything's all right. How long will my break be? So depending when I finish this build, it's gonna be either in the next week or so. My break is gonna last up until probably like mid-July. So, and that might be bad because a lot of people start school like in August for some reason. But because my school doesn't start till September, and you know what? I don't know. I feel like it might be a bad idea to do that because my channel probably might die of relevancy just because I took a break, and it's not like I sound like I care about that the most. It's just that it's kind of a bad thing if I do want to continue like creating builds that are, like what people want, because I don't think they want to be waiting for me specifically to build, their request. Like somebody wanted me to build a mid-century modern home, which I am going to do that for the next season, but they're going to have to wait like 4 months just for me to release that. And what if they just find a better house, and that's, I let them down, like that's just something that is going to be inevitable when I take a break. But I need this break, because like me doing school at this session at this point in my life is YouTube would be nice to just not to have at this level, just because of like my mental sanity. I've been running on a lack of sleep for the past several months, and that's not healthy. But that's why I'm taking a break. So I'm gonna take a break, and it's gonna be for a couple of months. So I apologize to anyone who like I disappoint, but you have the builds for what I did release this past season. That's all I have to offer. You can rewatch those videos, I guess, or I don't know, try to replicate them, even with the very expensive price level. But yeah. Is it cool to be doing YouTube roleplays in the actual film studio and having studio audiences watching us do the roleplays? What do you mean this isn't a question? That sounds like a question to me. I mean, in a sense where it's like, what do you mean YouTube roleplays? Like, are we talking about skits? Like, are we talking about comedy sketches on YouTube? Is that what we're talking about? Because I don't know. Are you talking about YouTube roleplays like for Roblox, but like in Bloxburg, but like in a film studio? and then like you have people in that film studio on Bloxburg just in the same room, but it's like they're watching the role play happening, because I don't know what specifically you mean by that. Not a question. Um, how are you allowed to play Roblox for that long? I saw a face reveal and you're Asian. What? What does me being Asian have to do with anything? Is it because I have to get, the good grades, so I can't be spending time, you know, playing Roblox for this long? Well, here's the thing. It's like, it's because of the fact that I make money off of YouTube. I think that's the only reason why I'm allowed. Okay. And also just because, like, I don't think there's generally anything wrong that my parents see with me playing Roblox that, would prohibit me from playing a Lego game with a bunch of kids. Like, I just feel like I don't think they have a rational reason to kind of defend any parents who limit or restrict Roblox to their kids, or to this duration and this length of playing the game. But yeah, I don't know. I guess there's just things that they see that are okay with me playing Roblox. Yeah, I am like, wait, where did you see my face? I don't have to study. That's the thing. Like, I have I have a lot of homework, but it's not like I make content every single day. Like, I don't make Roblox. I don't play Roblox every day, all right? Like, people think I spend my life away and I don't do anything with my life, and all I do is just I go on Roblox, play for a few hours a day, and that's it. Like, that, I don't do that. Okay, that's not how I roll, all right? Like, I don't have the time to physically do that, and Roblox is boring by itself. So, it's like, why would I do that, the only times I do build is like on the weekends, and that's pretty much it. Most of the time, I'm just either uploading the footage to YouTube for my speed builds that I just finished, or either I am, doing homework and all that. So it's not really like a morgue situation where I drop out of school just to make content every day. That's not how I. It's not how, I do stuff. So I think that's the reason why where it's like it's okay, because it's actually a moderate level of being on Roblox. Okay. You made a hotel vid. I saw your face. Yeah, I know. That's yeah, yep, yep. Yep. That's the video. Haha. I mean, I look a little bit different from that. Like, my hair is grown out now, and I mean, even my bedroom looks different. Like, I redecorated it to some extent, which I'm gonna do a studio, not a studio tour, a setup tour on my second channel. Which, by the way, you guys should subscribe. Okay, I make content about tech on there. Okay, you should go there and subscribe and wait for new content. Cause once I take a break, there's gonna be zero videos from this channel, and I'm probably gonna focus more on that smaller channel. So you should probably go subscribe to that, just so you don't miss out on that, specific part of me. Okay, go to the airport, guys. Where's the airport? We don't want to skip the airport. Has someone ever this? Bleh, okay, I cannot talk. I'm sorry. I haven't been able to talk on live streams for a long time. Has someone ever asked you to? Bleh. Has someone ever asked you to design something for them in real life based on your content that you display on your channel? Actually, yes, that's a really good question, and you brought this interesting memory back up to me just now. It was my dad's coworker who saw my channel, or I guess my dad told him about my channel and how I built stuff. But basically, he asked me to interior design his house, apparently, on Bloxburg. I'm assuming, like, he wanted me to, like, I guess, recreate his house and like create some sort of interior structure for that property. And I didn't do it because I didn't feel like doing it, and his house particularly wasn't that motivational for me to actually conspire something that would be satisfactory. and I think like the payment was gonna be like $20 or something, which I mean, $20, man, cause at that time when I was being offered that money, I was making like $2,000 a month. So $20 didn't seem very much to me. So this was like back in 2020, by the way. So things are different now. But yeah, um, question: why did you have tape with you in the Candlewood Collection speed build? So this is a funny thing actually. When I did that face cam of me like talking, what I did was I used that tape to tape up my phone to my monitor screen, and that's how I did my face cam. That's like how I did my face cam um, setup at that point of time. And that was when they had like a different monitor where it was pretty durable, because if I were to do that with this like modern day setup that I have right now, it would literally break my monitor, because I did do that and it did break and I had to replace it. So I'm not doing that anymore. But yeah, I had tape because I was taping up my smartphone to my monitor screen, and that's how I showed myself on my video. I know it seems very amateur and unconventional and very dumb, but that was my solution at that time, okay? Like, I don't have an image of it, but trust me, that was the reason why I tape. I don't know why people so much. I don't know why so much people ask me about the tape thing. Like they assume the tape thing was like some sort of weird, like fetish I had or something. Like everyone is so curious about the tape. It's just tape, guys. It's such a normal object. Like how is it? Why is it like in needing of to be questioned? You know. Um. Are you live in any other apps? No, I'm not. I don't have Twitch. I mean, like, I do have a Twitch, but I haven't set up the Twitch to where I'm gonna live stream on Twitch. So, yeah, I'm only live here. Zach, I meant like a Bloxburg TV show in a film studio. If people in the audience watching this film would be like a sitcom, technically. All right. I mean, yeah, that would be, a cool idea. I mean, um, I don't know. I've never seen that, but since it's such a unique idea, like it's a cool concept, I suppose. Are you dead or alive? I'm alive. I'm living, but mentally I'm dead. Are you gonna make the whole server leave and join everyone back? No, not in particular, because I don't really have a reason to do that. Um, what do you do with your money? I'm guessing college. Yeah, I'm saving up my money towards my college fund, and I am considering doing running start, so that would also save money for my parents, on the financial scale, because, college is not cheap. Like, it's not generally like a very affordable thing. It really depends where you go, but it's still pricey. Let me go back to Zach's comment, because I kind of skipped over his house or his comment. No, hold on, let me see. Can you please come over to my house? I've been waiting for over an hour. All right, we can go to your house. Where's your house, Zach? Yes, I know, Ray. Hi. Hi, welcome to the live stream. Yes, I know it's you with the weekend profile picture, because I remember your YouTube username. Yeah, I'm live on OnlyFans, but you guys will never find my OnlyFans, so good luck finding it. I post very exclusive content on there, So if you want to see more of me, then go on there and try to search for me, but you'll never find it, so good luck, alright? And you decide if that's a joke or not. Thoughts on iShow speed? It's the most unique question I've had this stream. I mean, iShow speed like I've seen snippets of his streams like on TikTok, and he talks to like Ben, right? I don't know what to say about him, honestly. I just think he's kind of a, he's sort of funny, but I can't really get into like a formal opinion about him because I don't consume his content to like a good level of quantity where I can just say, oh, he's a good person and all that. I'm pretty sure I've heard he's like not that great of a person. At least I don't know actually, but he's okay, I guess. What college do you want to go to? University of Washington. Hi, Isaac. It's me and Marco from Bloxburg. Oh, hi. Yeah, I remember you. I think you asked me about aren't you the person who asked about like ask or telling your friend to build the modern mansion, the 2.5 million luxurious one? Or is that a different person? I might be going insane. Cookie lovers. Is this your house right here? Let me see. No, it's not the house. I'm assuming it's this one. It's Marco's house. Zach, where is your house? Cookie lovers so much too. Hold on. I think your display name, it's probably different then, or oh, I'm at the right house? Okay, I guess we're already here then. Okay, let's take a look at this. Alright, so we got windows in the kitchen with the cabinets blocking the window and the counters blocking the window. So you already get a bad impression on me. Personally, from a building perspective, you should burn in hell. I'm kidding. This is, I mean, it's a work in progress, I can see, and it's a pretty average house. I think it has a lot of potential. I just think that this furniture placement is not ideal for the functionality of your home. I think it could use a lot more decorations, and please just stick to one fireplace. I think a big fireplace for this build is unnecessary because we want to make it very homey. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to make it like bold, or I guess in particular like a very abstract type of build for something that looks pretty like standard. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to insult you, but I'm just saying, like, it's just this one is, whoever built this is not, yeah, it's okay. It needs improvement. I don't get the trampoline idea in the ground. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I've seen this since 2020, and I was building a neighborhood when I first saw this like trend of like putting the trampoline in the ground. Actually, I think I did that in my modern mansion from back then. It was like the $1.6 million elegant mansion. But nowadays I don't know why is this was a thing, because if we're speaking this on like a realistic standpoint, think about it. You have to dig out like a cylindrical hole that big enough to fit a trampoline, and then put the trampoline inside, and then put rocks around it. It just seems kind of weird, you know? But I guess it's fine for Bloxburg. Okay, which house is it? Chris? No. Here, you know what? I'll check out this house first, and then we'll go. Okay, sorry, I was drinking water. All right, this one is looks okay. Reminds me of like a 2020 like Arcfinity build. Huh, laundry. Interesting. Have you visited Seattle before? Yeah, because I literally live like, half an hour away from Seattle. So, yeah, I've been to Seattle before. It's not exactly the pretty, I mean, in terms of the homelessness, it's not really the prettiest place to be. But outside of that, the architecture is kind of cool and it's very, at least in Lake Union in the like uptown area, that's like a whole new downtown basically. It's really modern, like all of the buildings, and it's so lively there compared to like the older downtown area. Like it's completely dead. It's kind of sad to see, honestly, and there's just a lot of homeless around. And I mean, yeah, Seattle in general is like I just feel like it's a dying city, but for what it was pretty dope. And if we just ignore all of that, then yeah, it's like Seattle's a cool place to be. Yeah, Space Needle. No, I've not been to the Space Needle before. Never gone there inside. I have gone like I think I've gone to the entrance before and just the inside, but I haven't gone actually up in the Space Needle and at the top. And I've never been there like that. Okay, this build I think could use some improvement on the inside. I think I was expecting a more realistic sense, only because of like the farmhouse style this is sort of embellishing on, but it seems very boxy. I would recommend using a different roof, or at least making the roof taller, because it just seems very flat. Um, it's either you make it completely flat or you make it more slanted, but either way, it's not that bad of a build, and I see a lot of potential in this. So let me just go to drive me to more Riverside plots. Stop here. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, I guess not. I guess you're not on the stream. Alright, another Yobi Frank house. We saw his build at the beginning and he loaded in a brand new home for us to see. Wow, this looks very familiar. This reminds me of like, what was it? Like that whole trend of like these neutral colors of like um, the 2018 like trendy builders. Like that's what this is like indicative of, in my opinion. Like even the raised bed concepts, and it's kind of nostalgic, honestly. Um, Hurricane Gray, a lot of oyster. I see some smoky gray as well. A little bit of black. And some nice colors. Um, okay, round toilet, not toilet, bathtub in a square structure. Yeah, this build is pretty nice. It's not my favorite, but it's good for what it is. I'm gonna rate this a solid 7.5 out of 10. And I already seen this house, so we're gonna go to this house now. Are you musically inclined in any way? What do you mean musically inclined? Zach, do you know the account I Know I'm Awesomeness? It sounds sort of familiar, but I can't really say that I know the username all that well. But for what reason may why you ask? What's your favorite food? I like katsu curry, chicken katsu curry to be more specific. Do you play any instruments? No, I don't. I don't play any instruments. When you're musically inclined. Okay. Oh, here's another house that has a similar color scheme. Um, Look, I wouldn't recommend using this texture for a backsplash, but you know, I get what you were trying to do, and I will applaud you for that. Otherwise, yeah, this house right here it's all right. I like the open concept is nice and makes the house look more spacious. It might make the house feel a little, I guess, basic, but having smaller spaces like corridors, hallways, and other rooms in between would make it crammed and small. So, because I know some builders who will go out their extra way to make it seem like there's a bunch of structural walls in the way just so that they can avoid an open space. But I think nowadays people know not to build so big just because they know they can't afford it. I haven't seen a build in a while where it's like the main room is like way too big for what the house is. So, yeah. Um what do you want to be when you graduate high school? If you answered this already, I didn't hear you. No, I didn't answer this specific question. Like, I do want to become an architect, but you know, I mean that's just always been the thing for me for like ever since I was a little kid. So, like, is my opinion changing on that particular position? Not really, because it makes the most sense for me, I feel like. And I mean, I do want to create like buildings and houses. I do want to design a lot of cool stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like just something that can inspire people and just maybe even be like, some sort of statement on the world in like some sort of artistic way, like something that's just such a uniquely bold build. Cause I don't know, like in like okay, let's talk smaller. Like let's talk on a smaller scale. Like in Bloxburg, I'm replicating a lot of the boring, generic cookie cutter styles like suburban, modern farmhouse. Yeah, those are kind of, it's like modern farmhouse specifically is trendy right now, but like suburban is kind of, it's not really that interesting. It's kind of boring, honestly, And now that I'm feeding myself full of boringness, hoping maybe I will be inspired to create something more unique in the future and just unleash all of this, you know, I guess like ideas that are not in the trend of typical suburbia or cookie cutter society, that it's like, oh, we've seen this before. Like, maybe I can make something different. I know that seems very bold and very, I guess, kind of not really narcissistic, but like, there's another word for it. But, Maddox, this is burger side, right? Like, I think you mean pizza side, because burger side is the side where it is closest to the burger restaurant, and Riverside is that exact side. Oh, is this the FNAF one right here? Is this well? This looks like a haunted house. Um. Oh dear. Oh my God. This is a very Halloween build. That is one creepy drawing. All right, yeah, I'll tour the FNAF plot. Let's go there. I want to get scared. I'm gonna use this. I'm just gonna steal your car. Sorry. Oh, it's right here. I didn't see it. Okay. Now, wow, this is actually pretty nice. I like the realism of it. Okay, let's go inside. It reminds me of a Chuck E. Cheese. I'm kind of scared, honestly. Let's go inside. Oh, it's closed. It's locked. Okay. All right. Wow. Yeah. This is Yeah. This is very 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 FNAF like. This hallway is so like, it's memories. A lot of memories coming back to me. Oh my god. What the hell? Dude, this is amazing. Employees only. Oh, yep. All right. Yep. All right. Yep. This is. Yep. This is FNAF for sure. Whoops, my microphone. Let me fix that. Huh. All right. Yeah. This is. You did a really good job on this. Wow. Oh, here's the security room. Haha. Ooh, this is kind of nostalgic, honestly. It's like FNAF. It's like I'm playing FNAF. But just in a very bright environment because it's not this, you know, cartoony. But, you know, scary games in general, I typically sort of like, so it just helps me not think about ghosts. Because the more that I don't play a scary game, the more I feel like they're real. But if I do play a game, the more I tell myself they're not real and realize how ridiculous it is. And, you know, it's just like, it just helps with that sort of stigma around being haunted, I guess. I don't know, like, when I go to sleep sometimes, I just have trouble falling asleep. Just because I feel like there's a spirit around me. Don't know why. It's just so weird. This is a really awesome build. Honestly, good job. I love this. This is just like a really good recreation of the Freddy Fazbear Pizzeria place. What build are you most proud of? Man, I don't know. There's a lot of builds that I could use to like represent as like my best, most proudest, most high watermark build. But man, I don't know how to like pick which one that would be. Like there's builds, like the builds I'm most proud of, like I guess in general, that are like not proud, but like what I feel like is just a good level of just skill and talent, like, are probably the grocery store, the fresh foods grocery store, the new one, the new one from 2021, not the first one. The first one was kind of half baked and very amateur. The second one was a lot better. um Maybe the modern farmhouse, just because of the amount of stuff that like I put in there, because like I think it was the custom furniture with the addition of all of the beams, and like I just feel like on a technical level, that's like the build I spent the most effort on, that like had a lot of custom stuff and a lot of structural items, compared to like my other builds where those execution and renditions of custom furniture don't feel as realistic or feel as like convincing. You know what I'm saying? um and I guess you could say this, even this one, this $2.5 million flame residence rose citizens copy of this, you know, like my luxurious mansion right here, like this could also be some sort of, you know, symbol of my style or symbol of my brand, that is, you know, something you would call impressive or something I'm most proud of, you know? But I don't find this particular build to be the most incredible just because of its simplicity. So, I don't know. There's a lot of answers I can give to that question, but in general, I would probably say, even though it's a weird one, it's the grocery store, honestly. Um, there is a question I was gonna answer earlier. It was like, what build I would recommend to people to build, to viewers, and it's kind of hard to say because a lot of the builds I've done have a lot of like going back and forth and me being indecisive. So as a result, the difficulty and the time that it takes to create the builds that I put out there harder and longer, because it's just I'm being indecisive, and there's only certain times where I can sort of recall a moment where it's like, okay, I know this speed build, I'm not being as indecisive, But it's just like there's also a bunch of custom furniture where there's specific measurements you have to, copy and follow through with, and as a result, most of my builds are kind of not palatable to like the average speed builder copier. Like think about it. A lot of builds who have these realistic custom ideas, or just in general, a lot of things that you would have to go back on, like, oh, I delete a furniture item, but then like 20 minutes later I like replace it back with something else. Like, I've seen a lot of complaints about that on my videos, and I think because of that, like as a result, has made my builds kind of not very tolerable or tolerant, like to make in general, which trying to find just a build that I could recommend to people on that sort of aspect of whether or not it's easy to make is difficult, because most of my speed builds have that negative feature. So there's only like two I can think of, probably, is like the 2.5 modern mansion we just saw on livestream today, like that one we just teleported from. Like that one is what I would recommend, just because like I don't recall myself being super indecisive on that one. And the 243k suburban family house, which is empty, because for one it is empty, and for two it doesn't have too much complications with the structure, and it's a pretty typical suburban home, which I think you guys would like the layout. It's a pretty simple layout, but it's spacious, and it's accessible. It's not too big, it's not too small. It might be too small for some people, but I think it's a good size. So it's one of those two builds. It's the $2.5 million luxury mansion, modern mansion, or the 243k suburban family home. Oh my god, it's Candlewood Collection, guys. This is the one I was talking about earlier. The one that is my most ugliest build, and the build that we don't talk about, because yeah, honestly speaking, looking back on this, I don't think it ages well. It does bring back a lot of memories to that time period, but I do want to recreate something that is better than this. Vampy Wampy, shout out to Vampy Wampy for recreating this. I love him. This is the Woodburn. Let me show you the inside. This is the Woodburn Grill. This is the OG. All right, like if we're talking commercial builds, like commercial of commercial, Woodburn Grill is the original gangster. All right, this is like what the inspiration for me was to make any restaurant build. And shout out to my friend Christian, because this is what his request was. Christian Jonathan Marr. He deleted the build. Whatever. We don't talk about him anymore. It's long gone. I'm getting PTSD from this. Oh god, there is spam in the chat. That's great. That's so great. Can I mute this? Let me mute this. I am lagging though. That's oh shoot. Okay, yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. What is the cheapest build you've made? My cheapest build. You know what? Let's take a look. Let's take a look through my channel. It's quite a journey. It's quite a long journey to go through, but let's go through it by the season, okay? So let's see. Season 1, 28k. That's probably the lowest. 40k. Okay, that's kind of expensive. Honestly, it's probably that build. That 28k build, that has to be the cheapest. There's no way that's not. Like the lowest here on this season is like 51k. Like, or no, 43k actually. So the cheapest build I've done, okay, 59k, 29k. That's very close to the house. Yeah, 23k. Well, that's not really a build. That's a dining room tutorial. That's not really It's not really a house. So yeah, it's probably this one. The cheapest build I've ever done is this modern small home speed build from 2018. Oh god, that intro. That intro, man. What the heck? Oh boy. All right, let me go back to the stream. Um Is your fresh foods based on Whole Foods? Yes, it is. It is based on Whole Foods. The color, the logo color scheme, and just I guess generally the vibe of the store is very inspired by the Whole Foods sort of style of their grocery stores. Um, why does why do you call I Vamp builds Vampy Wampy, and why does he call you Zacky Wacky? Because he's my Vampy Wampy and I'm a Zacky Wacky. That's the only answer. You know, that's like, are you not with the program? It's that's just how it is, okay? You don't ask too much questions about that. What is up with the new PFP? Like, what is the deal? As I said before, like, I answered this question like earlier in the stream, but basically what I said was the new PFP is a brand new theme of mine. It takes just basically four colors I like, and I just put them together as an icon. And now my entire channel theme is that color because those are the colors that are in my newest modern farmhouse build. And that's kind of like what I want to pinpoint as the start of something more colorful than my depressingly black avatar. Like, nothing wrong with black. Don't take that out of context, please. I'm just saying it's just like it's so depressing, okay? I look like a detective or some sort of killer. Like, I have a duffel bag. Like, what's in my duffel bag, you know? Like, my intro's black and white. My banner was black and white. So, this new profile picture aesthetic is just sort of a way to kind of step away from that for now because I just haven't had a time to, like, think of, like, a cohesive color scheme that I want to claim as, like, my new brand for Season 7. Because right now I'm in Season 6, and we have one more build to go before it ends, and when Season 7 comes around, I'm gonna introduce a new theme, a new style. Like, this black and white sort of thing has been going on since, like, Season 4, and that was, like, 2 years ago at this point. Literally 2 years ago. 2020. So, and it's not a pride flag, okay? Unless you're saying that I'm sus just because I call it Vampy Wampy. Vampy Wampy. Okay? Um, how long does how long did it take to change all of the thumbnails? Just for the individual, like, part 1 thumbnails, it probably took like a day. It doesn't take that long, to be honest. It's just like, if you have the willpower to do it and a good playlist to listen to, then it doesn't take too long. But if you don't have either of those, then it's a painful process. But yeah, I mean, yeah, if you don't have a playlist, then you shouldn't be in the business of making Bloxburg content, because I can tell you it's so boring, okay? Which build took the longest to make? It was my 3 point... Wait, how much was it now? Was it 3.2 million? I feel like it's 3.2 million. I need to make sure. It was just 3 million. My 3 million Blocks Ridge Village City Apartment Complex speed build. That was my longest build. Because that was like a total of, like, let's see. So, like, 29 hours. Okay, 30 hours. Oh, okay, never mind. That's not my longest build. My longest build that took the most time was my modern farmhouse. So, my most recent build took the most time, because that one totals up to 41 hours of work time compared to any other build. That's even more. That's like the most I've ever spent on a house. So I think that just shows how much I improved my building just because of the time I took with my newest build. How much money? How did you get so much money in Bloxburg? Look, donations are primarily my main source of income, but if we're talking about my current balance, well, it's also donations at this point, and a little bit of working, a little bit of selling my plots, but it's client payments that make up what my bank account is on Bloxburg. I don't work for money, okay? Otherwise, I would have said pizza delivery, which I'm not even a high level in. Like I'm only level 15 in pizza delivery. You see? Excuse me. Um, what is your favorite music artist slash favorite song? Yes, finally a good question. I'm just kidding. Um, look, my favorite artist, my favorite song. Okay, that's actually a hard question to answer because I listen to a lot of songs I do like. I can't pick just one specific song that I enjoy. Okay, and we're not gonna go through my entire playlist because that's just too much. Okay, it's like 7 hours worth of material. But generally speaking, my favorite artists, Kendrick Lamar, Kanye West, um, Drake. Well, not really Drake. Drake is kind of overrated, but like, yeah, Kendrick Lamar, Kanye is probably my two favorite artists that I listen to the most. Like, I think most of my Spotify like plays this entire month, like of March and February, have probably been Kanye. Honestly, despite his craziness and his temerity that a lot of people sort of embellish onto the topic when we're talking about Ye, it's like oh, he's threatening Pete Davidson and all this. Like, I know he is definitely not, a sane person, but that's what makes him interesting as like a pop culture icon. And, I'm not even supporting Gay as a person, but like his music though. I like his music, okay? Even though he's not maybe viewed upon as like the most, I don't know, the turned up type of music. But I love Kanye, alright? Look, Ray, 7 hours is like that's my longest playlist. Okay, my other playlists are less than like 3 hours long. So, like, cause I made it simple. All right, like I have all of these songs I love, and depending how I feel, I play different parts of that playlist. Like, from like one day would be like from track 1 to track like 20. The other day it's gonna be like track 70 to track like 85. Like it goes through a pretty lengthy transitions of different types of hip hop, but yeah, Kanye or Kendrick, those are my two favorite artists. What is your favorite Kanye song? Huh, that's a really hard. It's a really hard one to answer. Look, I can't pick just one song. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so hard for me. Okay, let's just move on from the music thing. Have you seen Turning Red? Awooga. No, I haven't. I've only seen clips of it and all of the memes, and I also listened to that song from Four Town, the freaking I've never met anyone like you. Like, bro, say what you want about Turning Red, but that song is just hilarious in a sense where it's like it's kind of like a parody of like boy bands, but it's like, why is it actually like a decent song? Like it's not maybe gonna be in my playlists, but it's not even that bad of a song where I can say it's like, I don't know, I have some interest towards it, honestly. But yeah. How did you improve when it comes to building? I told you, practice, okay? Like I just get so tired about getting asked that. Like it's just, as I've said, I'll say it again, but like me trying to replicate a real life house and doing that over and over again, I think can kind of be a learning experience for you to create your own solutions to problems. Like, how do I create a house trim or a custom furniture idea to like sort of put that into Bloxburg and make it like my own concept, or make it in a way where it's like it looks like Bloxburg and it works well with the environment, of my build without making it look weird or sort of like, just not accurate at all. It's all about accuracy and trying to pinpoint the exact like moment and the exact aesthetic of that real life house that I think can really help you improve your building style. Like that's how I do it because I've always had reference images when I build, like when I build things for clients, they give me a reference image or some sort of link to a house that they want me to sort of kind of mimic the style and embellish some of the trends in that home and put that into my own twist on it. Like I've been inspired by Look Kaz, but I don't directly copy his like color schemes or his style of exteriors, because if I did, he would be calling me out on Twitter probably every time I release a build and say, "Oh, Isaac Builds is, copying me and this and that." Cuz you know how he is when it comes to like smaller builders and being inspired by a style to where they kind of create a subcategory of his style that is sort of in the same vein of what he does, but it's kind of slightly different, and he doesn't view that as like original enough, so he gets really like pissed off about it. But basically it's like, you know take something you really like and try to put your own spin on it or your own twist on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want you to directly copy like the real life house itself. Try to make a similar house that looks like that house, and then try to do something different with that. And then you could probably think of ways to like make your house better and come up with solutions that make you a better thinker of how to approach different building tactics and building requests by clients or other people. Let me just hide this webcam chats.xyz scam thing. Don't interact with that, please. Please don't. Do I have a specific website or something you get your build inspirations or floor plans? Or better question is, how do you get your ideas or inspiration for builds? I mean, I just kind of did explain it in a way. It's just like the reference images people send me, their DMs when I accept the request. That's sort of how I get my ideas, and most of the time there is already enough suggestions in the comments that I can go through. Like if there's something I haven't thought about yet, then and I see one that's like, oh, that could be a good video, then yeah, that's just how I get ideas. And if you need help getting ideas like by yourself on your own without having some sort of audience or some sort of like client system where you have to get a reference image, no, you could just go on Pinterest. That's like the easiest way to get some sort of inspiration. Like even Instagram, like I see some British homes that are like ugly, but they have some sort of charm to them where they have like a specific furniture concept, or maybe one of the bedrooms look kind of cool, and I kind of get inspired from that, and I kind of take that into my own way and try to replicate a style where it's like a similar vein of that. Like it's really all about doing something similar but not really doing the same thing, I guess, because if so, then you're gonna end up just being called a unoriginal copier who is plagiarizing upon the creativity or at least the uniqueness of others. And it's kind of brings up into a question where, is it okay to follow trends as a builder? And I say, yeah, it's okay, just as long as you do it in like a slightly different way. And I'm not gonna quote that overrated Steve Jobs quote like, good artists create, or like great artists steal, or something like that. I forgot what the quote was. I think it was like that, but it was a Picasso quote actually. It wasn't Steve Jobs, but Steve Jobs recited Picasso. What style of clothing, or like what is my favorite style? What? My style of clothing is not. It's very casual. It's casual. I don't know how to describe that, but it's like I don't know how to put that into words, because I'm not really a fashion guru. I don't know fashion terms that well, so yeah, there we go. Is linen overrated? No. Well, I I wouldn't say overrated. I think it's overused in the wrong way. That's how I would approach the question, because I think linen is a great color, if you use it to like a good amount and to like a good like execution of not it being like overly prominent in your builds and like everything's linen, like if you have like the floor is linen, that's okay. But if like all of the little tiny furniture details are also linen, like that's just a bit too much, you know what I'm saying? Like in my most recent build, I did use quite a bit of linen, but I also had like the smaller decor was like orange and you know, like the pillows, like it wasn't just all linen, you know, like it was also darker colors as well. So I feel like in a sense where it's like linen as a color by itself, it's only good when you use it in a correct amount. And I wouldn't say it's overrated because it's a good color. It's just overused in like a way where I don't like it personally, all right? Like if you like that way where it's used in basically every single item in your house, then that's fine. You know, that's your taste and I respect that. But for my answer for what I think, I don't know, like it's kind of hit or miss basically. You just have to use it in a way where it's not obnoxious. Uh are you a summer or winter person? Honestly, I'm a winter person because I can dress up more with the styles that I want to dress up as, compared to in the summer where it's just so freaking hot. I can't. I just. You know. I can't wear anything that's like what I want to wear that I like. Okay. It has to be like a t-shirt or shorts, and like it's not. It's not stylish. You know. It's not really fashionable, and you know. I guess that's okay, but I don't know. I feel like the summer is too hot now. Even though I do complain about how depressing winter can be in Washington State because it doesn't snow much, it's very cloudy and rainy. You know, I prefer this weather over, you know, hotness. Cuz like it's too hot now, okay? Like summer back then in like 2016, 2017, it was kind of okay. It wasn't that over like unbearingly hot. But for some reason for the past like 2 years, it's been excruciatingly painful hot. Uh, you know, whether or not thanks to climate change, if you believe that or not, but like it's crazy. It's been getting hotter every year. I swear to God, and I hate summer now. It's just way too hot. Okay, I had an aircon in my room, like the portable AC. It leaked all over my carpet, and it stank like sulfur. It smelled so bad. Such a hassle, and getting aircon into our house, you know, I think we're gonna have to actually buy it now, at this point, because it's been kind of unbearable. Um, Billie Eilish and Phineas made that Turning Red song. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense why it's actually, you know, not bad and kind of good, at least in my opinion. A TED Talk on Linden. Yes, this is a TED Talk. Welcome back to my TED Talk. Where are you from? I can't tell because of your accent. Um, well, I live in the U.S. I live in Washington State. Um, I've lived in America like all my life. English is my first language. I can't speak any other languages, but yeah, I'm Vietnamese. Fun fact, actually. Okay, I should oh my god, I should probably move. That's a little bit weird. It's a little bit odd. I'm just gonna move out the way. I'm gonna go into this car, drive me to the drive me to more houses I want to see. All right. Um, right now it is 5:25 for me. Ooh, modern farmhouse. Look at this. This is nice. Let's take a look at this house, shall we? So, let me join Vampy Wampy's family. Love Vampy Wampy. No, he's my only Vampy Wampy, and only I can call him that. All right, you guys cannot say that specific term, or else I will. You know what am I even doing? You get the point, though. You know. I don't know why the window is here with the roof. That's like a vaulted um Why is the roof vaulted and then there's a window blocking? Guys, don't put windows if it's gonna be half blocked by a kitchen counter or cabinet or some sort of ceiling. Because if you do, personally, that is like a building sin in my book, and you don't get respect from me, okay? Don't block the windows. You've been blocking the like this, like the other build I saw earlier, like literally had the same thing. Like this, right here, look at this. You're blocking the purpose of the window. Don't block it, alright? Like, I'm actually tired of seeing this in 2022. Okay, I'm gonna be very critical about it because there's no excuse for you to be doing that. All right, please don't do it. I don't want to be mean, but I'm just saying, like, like, just please don't do it. All right. Well, okay. Zachary RB2 asks, as a Studio One builder myself, what are the future plans for it? Well, Studio One is, there's not really a long-term set plan or goal that we are trying to actively work towards. Like, we're always doing what we've been doing for a long time now, right? And I mean, I think maybe we could rework some of the systems maybe now that we learned some stuff. And at this point right now, I think all we're trying to do is get new builders, and builders who are more active and more willing to build stuff for the clients for the ridiculous, like, 8-bedroom modern farmhouses or 12-bedroom modern mansions. Look, man, I mean, there's not really much I can say that is much of an actual, like, master plan, but it's like, you know we can always improve, basically. um there is a live performance at the FNAF place you toured earlier. What PC graphics card do you have on your PC? Did you get a pre-built or build your own? I wanted to build my own. My dad was like, no, and I got a pre-built. My graphics card is a 1650. I have an AMD Ryzen 7 3700X processor. 512 gigs of SSD and 12 or 2 terabytes of HDD storage. Those are my computer specs, by the way. So, yeah, 1650. That's my graphics card, which it's sufficient for Roblox, but and most games as well. But it could be better. I mean, I'm only running 1080p anyway, so I don't need a beefy graphics card. But better graphics are always like good. So I might upgrade, like, for my birthday. Actually, I don't know. For my birthday, I might get a new phone. My phone has been acting up. Freaking Samsung. Love a farmhouse. Yeah, I like farmhouses too. That's why I built one. And I spent the most time on a house, on a modern farmhouse, 41 hours. That's the most I've ever spent. So there you go. That just proves of how much time and how much effort I spent on such a style where it's like, that's my best build yet. That's my most decorated build ever yet. And that's just sometimes what you gotta do at this point. You can't be effortless and then say, you're making good builds, because there's certain YouTubers out there who are like that, and I'm not gonna name who, but I think Ray knows who I'm talking about. On a scale from 1 to 10, how much are you in love with Baby Whammy? It's a 10, when are you going to start the build off? There's no build off. The thumbnail is wrong. It's I tried changing the thumbnail, but it just didn't work. I don't know where to find it. YouTube is so dumb because they always change their systems every like 2 years. They've always update their UI, and I don't understand, because it was fine before. It was working. It was functional, and then they changed everything. Which, like, why would you do that? Okay, it's a platform, not like it's not like a freaking, I don't know, piece of art or music piece where it's like you have to re-release the album just to make the mix better, or re-release the album or delay the album for 2 years just to finish it. Okay, like, YouTube, you're not Kanye, okay? Kanye can do that. You can't do that, okay? Stop changing everything about your systems. Because when I was in YouTube in 2016, I learned about how to use desktop YouTube. And then when 2018 rolled around, they changed everything and I had to relearn it. And I'm like, man, really? Really? I just spent all this time learning your systems and you have to readjust all of the menus and the rounded corners of your UI. Like, come on, man. Like, just. It's so annoying. It's mind-blowingly annoying. Anyways, enough with that TED Talk about this aggressive rant about YouTube, okay? I feel like my algebra teacher. Okay, my algebra teacher, all he did was spend 40 minutes of class talking about life lessons, okay? Talking about being a good student, or Donald Trump, or these other random topics that did not have to relate to algebra whatsoever. And as a result, I feel like my algebra skills are a little bit like a little bit more like awful than it should be as of right now, because like typically speaking, I'm not great at doing algebra for some reason, but like maybe it's because my teacher got way too real with his lectures, his rants. He would be like talking about how Tacoma, Washington is a great place to live, or like his son's high school. He like Googled a picture of his son's high school and showed it to us on the projector and was like, "Yeah, guys, so this used to be a castle or like a hotel or something." I don't know what he said. He spent an entire period talking about what was it? European currencies, just because my friend asked about it. My friend asked about euros, and then my teacher decided to talk about euros for the entire period. Man, like, if you're gonna be a teacher, at least teach, but he barely did that to like the most minimal extent. Like, he was a cool person, I guess, but like, man, like as a teacher, it was a little bit like shaky, because and like I don't think he was like that bad of actually teaching. It's just that the amount of teaching was kind of too minimal to actually fully understand the workings of algebra. And look, algebra is very easy, okay? So I guess you don't need to explain it all that well, but when you're distracted by a guy who rants on for 40 minutes about how not black coffee users don't like, people who say they hate black coffee like secretly like black coffee, or like something about oranges and apple, like all of these random topics, like I think it would have worked better if we weren't distracted by such lectures and such rants. So all I'm saying is like my algebra teacher. Wait, what was I talking about? Why did I talk about my algebra teacher? You know what? Forget this. What is my brand of PC? It is Digital Storm. I never heard of them until my dad mentioned it to me. I'm like, okay, I guess that works. But yeah, Digital Storm, that's my PC brand. Some of the things we were considering for a pre-build was Alienware, which would have been an awful mistake, or there's this other one, but I kind of forgot what it was. But yeah, anyways, yeah, DS is very overpriced. I do agree. The specs that I got for a Digital Storm pre-build was just so overblown, but there was no way in convincing my parents to build a pre-build, or allowing me to build a pre-build. So, or not pre, but allowing me to build my own computer. There was just no way, and I got a pre-built PC, and spent way too much money for the specs I got. And now it's just like whatever. I mean, it works. It's good for YouTube. I'm not complaining, because like it's way better than my old one. My old computer was literally a Lenovo, like it was literally like a low tier desktop computer that was like running Bloxburg at 2 frames a second. If you can't run Bloxburg, you can't run anything at all. All right, like Chrome would take 30 seconds to load. It was such an awful computer. So I can't complain that I got a better computer. It's just that for the price we did pay, we could have spent it on something that was actually more worth it. My brand is Digital Storm. That's my PC brand. Okay, chicken. I'm not even gonna pronounce that, but yeah, that's just like it's just weird how that was like a justified purchase. But as again, I can't complain. Um, let me see. Okay, okay, all right. Isaac is an emo. I'm not an emo, guys. All right. Like I know my hair is long, but I'm not an emo. Is come to where's the questions at, man? I think I ran it on too long for algebra that I forgot to and everybody forgot to ask questions. Oh my god, this is such a nice build. What the hell? Oh my god, this is really nice. I love this. The exterior is great. The landscaping, bro, the trees. Oh my god. Man, that's I like this. I like this a lot. Um what's your opinion on pineapple on pizza? Disgusting, okay? First of all, you should not be putting fruit on pizza. Like that is an actual sin in terms of like your taste palette, okay? Like it just doesn't go, okay? It just does not go. Look, I used to love pineapple on pizza as a kid when I was like in second grade, third grade, you know, like whenever I ordered Hawaiian pizza, Canadian bacon with Hawaiian and sorry, with pineapple on the pizza. You know, it's like my brother would be like, Isaac, you're disgusting, you know. And now that I see, like, now that I'm more mature and like, and now I see why he said that because, yeah, genuinely, and generally speaking, yeah, pineapple on pizza, like, to me, I don't get the appeal anymore that I did when I was like 7. Like, it just doesn't taste as good to me anymore. So, I am now, expanding to different taste palettes and just other flavors that don't involve a sweet treat on a savory, slice of cheese and tomato sauce. Like, it's just not something that I'm going to be, you know, excited about anymore. Like, as a kid, sure, but now, like, I don't even eat candy that much. Like, I'm not eating pineapple on pizza. You can say whatever you want, but just, no, I'm not eating that stuff, alright? Do people treat you differently because you have a channel? No, honestly, me before having this amount of subscribers and after did not affect my relationships with people at school. Generally it's been the same. It hasn't really been differently besides the fact that I can just flex on my friends and just say, "Yeah, I've made this amount of money this month." Like, cuz I've already done that, so I have the power, you know? Uh, I just asked you. I just answered your question. Okay. Vampy Wampy, take me to the FNAF place, the pizzeria. It's on Riverside. Okay, let's no no yes yeah, I know I don't like pineapple on pizza. All right, XX edits XX. I think the stream is a little bit delayed, so I'm not saying this like I'm not getting okay. It doesn't matter. How long have you been playing Bloxburg? I've been playing for 5 years since December of 2016, which means that yeah, it's been about 5 years and 3 months now. 2 months, I guess. Not me brushing my teeth, listening to a TED talk on pizza. I mean, it's a fair thing to do, okay? Like, 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m., watching a live stream, talking about some random stuff. Um, do you have a least favorite build you made? Yes, my least favorite build that I made was my Candlewood Collection hotel. It's just the ugliest build I've ever put out because, for one, I did not set the decals, so you get to see the default decals as part of your hotel experience. Number two, the color scheme choices, or at least the texture choices for stuff, were generally speaking like kind of mediocre and maybe not executed in the way that I maybe wanted to have envisioned on like if it were to be envisioned in today's like society, like in today's mind, like in my mind in today, like it would be different, okay? Because honestly, I think personality wise, like if you were to make such a sexual joke, or maybe if you just smoked or something that like you would have shown that to me back in 2020, I would have said, guys, you can't do that, but at this point, I don't care, okay? But yeah, if we're talking about my worst build, yeah, it's just mediocre texture choice. The exterior was weird. The decals weren't set. The build was way too bright for to be taken to be seriously. You know what I'm saying? It's just the lighting graphics. I could have executed the build better to make it not so bright, but yeah, as again, I do want to recreate that hotel to a way better extent than what it was back then. Oh shoot, today's the anniversary for today's the anniversary for Candlewood Collection. How could I forget? Today's the anniversary for the creation, for the opening of the hotel that I am literally shitting on right now. Anyways, favorite ice cream flavor? Vanilla or cotton candy? What is your neighborhood code? My neighborhood code is... Let me type it in. Is your avatar based off of Muzan from Demon Slayer? Are we talking about Vampy Wampy's avatar? Because I think that's kind of more accurate to actually Muzan. Because guess what? He's Michael Jackson. And you know what people said about Michael Jackson and Muzan on Twitter in the past like year or so about the Demon Slayer villain, okay? Literally because of that. If you're talking about my avatar, no, my avatar is... I mean, I can see why you would say that. We have fedoras and, the whole, I guess, trench coat. Not really, no. I don't wear a suit. But my avatar is really more based on... let me show you actually. It's kind of weird. Like I was looking up Joe Budden, the rapper. Is he a rapper? Yeah, a rapper, I guess. Podcast, hip hop, commentator. I don't know what he is. I mean he's made songs, but I don't think his rap songs are that substantial in hip hop culture. But his opinions of hip hop culture are a little bit, they've been talked about before. But yeah, basically. Some of my inspiration came from this right here, just the fedora, and like I wanted a suit that was this color, or like a coat that was this color, but I couldn't find one, so I just settled with this more like black simplistic style. Why am I talking about this? Are you Ariana Grande? I don't think so, but yeah. Are you planning to build forever? No, I'm not planning to build forever. Oh, you mean like in real life as well? Like, as I've said before, I do want to become an architect, and I've already made a whole TED talk about me wanting to create something that's like really cool or really like nice looking for people to use and to live in or to go to. But yeah, generally speaking, like I guess in a way you could say I am going to be building forever, but not in Bloxburg, no. God, no. No. I don't know when I'm going to be quitting Bloxburg. I am taking a break soon. But I'm not quitting full time. I'm just taking a break. I mean, it may even be that season 7 is gonna be the last season, just because of like, depending how I am gonna run my junior year of high school. I probably won't be able to build much, honestly, anyway. So yeah, um, that's that, I guess. So enjoy my relevancy and activeness as it lasts. Um, Arcfinity dropped a video. Hide eyes. Yeah, I know. I already saw it. I already saw it. It's look. I don't want to shit on him like publicly on a live stream, but like, I'm just not too interested in Arcfinity. If you guys remember or know who he is as a builder, um, are you in a VC? No, this is just my microphone. This is just me on a live stream. This is me running OBS. Like this is it's my microphone, okay? Um would you rather give up Wi-Fi or clean clothes? There is a lot of interpretation for what clean means, because clean could be like totally clean, and like if your clothes are slightly dirty, if there's like a tiny stain that nobody sees, or if it's like it kind of smells like the grocery store, but it's like it's not necessarily a bad smell. Like if that's considered not clean, then I guess I would, I would give up like clean clothes, because in a sense where I'm a YouTuber, I need Wi-Fi. But also, I could just give up Wi-Fi and just always use my data and just quit YouTube in general. So when I do YouTube, it's just like, okay, well, I'm not making videos, so all I need is my data plan, and that's all I need. It's just my phone, and that's it. Or if I was really trying to improve myself, I could just say, you know what, F the Wi-Fi, and I'm just going to be a real person. Just have clean clothes all the time. It's kind of a weird question, but you know what? Generally speaking, I would give up clean clothes. What microphone do I use? I use a Blue Yeti. Uh, I don't know the model, but it's just a Blue Yeti microphone. Can you keep looking at houses? It's fun. Sure, let's take a look at. Why does this hotel keep coming back to life? Oh my god, this is. When you make candlewood, you're not supposed to make it depressing. Like this black and white, this grayness that you have for this candlewood collection off-brand is just it's fun, it's funny, but come on, man, really? Like sunset collection, I'm not trying to roast you, but like, I'm just saying I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm just slightly disappointed that this is how you improve my hotel. If to call it an improvement at all. But yeah, thank you for recreating Candlewood. I'm getting to relive my 2020 self. My 2020 pre-COVID, pre-quarantine personality and building style that I feel like I just can't stand anymore for whatever reason. Maybe personality is actually the same, but I'm just older and more mature. But I'm just saying, just my building style just ill. It looks bad looking back on it. Why do I not like Arcfinity? It's kind of a mixture of just his execution, because particularly in his builds, he doesn't seem to execute it in a way where it is clean looking or nice looking, in my personal opinion of taste. Because looking back on a lot of his builds, he would either, like distort textures to where they're not straight. Like he literally had, like, let me show you what I mean, okay? Like if I go to an actual build of his, and like if I show shut up, all right. If I go to Arcfinity and I go to like one of his builds, I think it was this one, which is actually quite decent. I like the exterior. I think the landscaping is not particularly too bland, and it feels well like it's an actual really well composed like theme with a central focus, with like a central idea in mind to like a detailed extent. It's just that when he does his interiors, it's just so lackluster. There's nothing really that like interesting about it or that nice looking, because it's either the decals kind of suck, like everything. If you look at this, like look at this, the decals are like not even. There's no theme to the decals. And look at the ceiling. Look at the ceiling. It's not straight. It's not straight, okay? It's literally distorted. And his excuse was like it's no one's looking at it, but come on, man. You have the energy to put a texture on the ceiling, but you say no one's looking at it, so then what's the point of putting a texture on it anyways? Look, all I'm saying is that it's the small stuff like this that really kills me about Arcfinity. It's like it's like an Eminem song, okay? Like Eminem would have generally a good song, like it's good on surface level, but he will kill it by one or two bad lines. The bad lines being these little trade-off little features, distorted textures. That's what I mean by Arcfinity builds. Why I don't like his builds in general, because like they're just so lacking of attention to detail. I feel like sure, his exteriors are unique. They're really bold, and they kind of remind me of a 2017 style that has been lost over time. They're like this realistic era of building, but all I'm saying is that like it just I don't know, man. It's not doing it for me. Like the appeal is so weird to this particular group of building, because like I don't know, man. It's like this exterior right here. I don't know how anyone could look at that and say they want to have that as their house. I think particularly his exteriors are better than his insides, but I feel like at this point you should be providing at least a good enough interior that is like as up to snuff with your exterior. Like his exteriors are either just too plain or they're too messy, that like, and messy in the way where it's like distorted, not like messy like cluttered. Like cluttered messy is like Lookout Kaz, and that's okay because he's a realistic detailed builder. Maybe perhaps being realistic and wanting realism is killing creativity in Bloxburg and individual uniqueness. But I think in general, Arcfinity could have made some of these builds a bit better. Like this one right here, it's like his landscaping is so bland in this one. Like, what's even the point of having trees at that point? Like, any tips for high school? I don't know, man. I've been in high school for only a year, and even so, if I decide to do running start, and I'm not gonna even be in high school at that point, at least not full time. Um, it's just that don't don't overthink what people think about you. Like if you care so much about trying to impress people or trying to come off as like cool, or just basically if you have this conscious decision to think that people are hating you or always judging you, that is a unhealthy mindset that you should just get rid of. Do not care about what people think, or do not care about what you think people think about you, okay? Because it's literally all in your mind, okay? Like as long as you're confident, you're gonna be fine, okay? As long as you don't feel instantly insecure when somebody calls you out on something, or if you make a new friend but he's kind of like cynical about stuff and he gives like these little comments that are like negative roasts, but like in a way where it's like I'm just kidding, like a joking way, then if you're gonna be offended by that, then you should probably try to toughen yourself up, or otherwise try to find other friends who won't do that. But just in general, don't care or don't think so much about what people might think about you, because then you're just gonna be ruining your mental health, and you're gonna be spending way too much time on trying to make yourself seem a different way than what you actually are. Like if you just view their opinion on you as like something lesser that is like not important, then you should be fine. And I feel like that's kind of like my general tip for high school on a social level. Academic wise, do homework right after school. Just do homework like right when you get home and finish chores. If you have to do chores, do the homework. Okay, don't wait. Like, don't take a nap like me and just waste your entire day and then do homework at nighttime. You know, making you lose sleep. Like, look, just I'm speaking from experience. Don't do that. Okay, like do the homework right as you uh get home. Okay, that would really help you, and also go to sleep early. Just it would really boost your brain function. Just go to sleep early. Um, it would really help. All right. And if you can't remember certain stuff in your school or like in your class, you could also, I mean, actually, this is probably a myth, but I read somewhere where it's like if you eat cashews on an empty stomach, that can possibly help your brain function to remember stuff better. But that's, you know, you can do that and you could tell me yourself, but that's probably not a good advice. But everything else I've said about sleeping early and doing your homework like right after school, that's probably what I would recommend.
Isaac,
What?
there's right now.
Okay. Why is everybody spamming uwu? This is not fun. Oh yeah, right. I'm supposed to be on YouTube. I mean on the Bloxburg thing. No, did Vampy Wampy leave? Okay, I think he left. But what I was trying to point out here with the cashew thing was like, eat healthy. You know, don't drink Bang energy drinks every day like some of my friends do. I'm not trying to call out anyone, but you know, they've always reporting stuff about stomach pains and when they eat their stomach hurts, and just eat healthy. All right, I don't this it will probably help you with just your mental health and just your pain in general. If you have any pain, just make sure you're eating healthy. Like, I feel like that's just it would be helpful, like it's not that hard to even eat healthy. Okay, and I'm not trying to shame anyone who eats a particular like certain food style, but I'm just saying, like, just balance out your stuff. Just don't eat, like, just don't drink stuff that would probably like give you a heart attack, basically. Okay, especially if you want to do sports in high school. Okay, don't tolerate that. um I mean, that's kind of all the tips I have, honestly. I can't really say much because, like, my experience is not universal. Anyways, I'm just gonna get off now because, like, I have to eat dinner, and like this live stream has gone on for long enough. But I just wanted to say before I leave, thank you for sticking with me and being on the stream for 2.5 hours. um I just kind of winged it, honestly. I didn't even change the thumbnail because I couldn't figure out how to. But yeah, thank you so much for 50,000 subscribers. 50,000 of you guys decided to subscribe to me. Like, that is insane. 50K. Like, that is, like, I'm halfway to 100,000 subscribers, and it's like, what happens next? It's either I go down the criminal career, like, oh my god, Isaac is a pedo, or I go the shitty rap career where it's like I make mediocre rap music after 100K subscribers. So, you know what? I won't. Let's not hope. I won't commit any crimes, but that's just the trend with YouTubers in this scale of subscriber count. But I'm joking, by the way. Anyways, I love you all, guys. I love you. Thank you for subscribing. This has just been an incredible journey, honestly. I would not even believe, like, if you were to show this to younger Isaac, I don't even think he would even believe this stuff, that this is, like, where I would be at today. But, it's just a result of, I guess, a bit of luck, a bit of, understanding the algorithm and maybe what's trending and trying to grasp onto certain genres and communities, and like like given what is like relevant to you guys and what you may be interested in, then yeah, thank you so much for supporting me throughout this entire time, honestly, whether or not you like my building style or not. So yeah, anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. Have an amazing day. And yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. Uh Wait, am I even talking? Yeah, I'm talking, right? Yeah. Anyways, yeah. I'm gonna be eating barbecue ribs for dinner. Anyways, peace out.